Aloha guys, Diamond Ambassador Amy Paul here. We have Diamond Ambassador Lynn Allen's team on here, so thank you for joining us. We also have Diamond Ambassador Stephanie Abrams' team. So we're so thankful that y'all came on this call tonight. I know your time's valuable, and tonight is super exciting because Sheila Medina, I know she get embarrassed when we introduce her, but seriously guys, first diamond of plexus. This is something I've got chills, see, like chicken skin here, because these are the people that we look up to. These are the role models that all of us when we started, whose videos do you watch? Who do you look up to? Who do you want to be like in plexus? And everybody looks at Sheila. So I am so excited, blessed, and I feel so privileged that she got on our call tonight. And guys, she's the first person that I have ever asked to do this. So Eric's had people on Ambassador Monday, but this is the first time you want to know what kind of courage I had to get to ask the diamond of plexus to get on our call. So listen up, it's going to be pretty awesome, and I'm just so thankful for you, Sheila. So whatever God lays on your heart, tell us.
You know, I had the privilege of meeting one of your team members last night in Pensacola, and that was just amazing. And it was fun because she said she had a fear of speaking in public, but she wanted to share her testimony. So I had her come up front. I think it's Stacia, right? And I had her come up front, and she did a great job. So here's what I know. When you step out on faith, everything happens, right? You just got to have the faith to do it. And I want to take you back. I know people like to hear my story, so that's what I'm going to share with you tonight. I'm going to move into some other things too. But, you know, truly, when I started this business, it was a hope and a dream and a prayer. And I have to say all those things have come true. And so I want to take you way back to 2008 when our executive team actually purchased Plexus Worldwide. They were just a breast health company. They had one non-consumable product. We weren't going to go very far with that product. I actually had another business. For those of you that may know me, I was actually a Mary Kay sales director for 15 years, the pink Cadillac, the whole 9 yards. But have you ever done something and you think, this is great, but this is not who I am? This is not my purpose. This is not where I'm supposed to be. I love it, but this is not my calling. And I just felt like there was something else out there calling me, even though I wasn't really looking, but I knew that there was something else in store for me. I just felt like that God had a much bigger plan than what I could have ever dreamed or imagined. And sometimes I wonder, why me? Why was I the one? You know, I mean, because it could have been you, it could have been anybody. And I really have to not think of that too much because it makes me have chills. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how did I get here? But I want to take you back to when I was just simply sharing the benefits of sunscreen at a health fair, along with a lady that was showing the benefits of using a self-breast examination kit. A huge storm came up, so we always say Plexus took us by storm. A huge storm came up, and they sent all the workers back in, and they made us huddle together because the sirens were going off, and they said, you know, guys, you just huddle under this pavilion, you'll be fine. Okay, thanks. And so we basically, I just started sharing a little bit about what I had, and she was sharing what she had, and she said, you know, I would love to come to one of your Mary Kay meetings and show and demonstrate this breast check kit. Well, I was so protective of my team that I thought, no, I'll do it. I'll share with them, how can I join your company so I can simply get the product for wholesale. I didn't think of anything about it being another company because they only had the one product. It was non-consumable. What I thought is it was going to help me promote my current business because we had so many women in that business. And when you have a lot of women in any type of business, you're always hearing of breast health issues. So I thought, this is going to be great. I'm going to share this product. That was June. They didn't know how to sign me up. They had just been purchased by a new executive team. They weren't sure how to sign me up. So I thought, okay, I'll wait till July. July came, still no one could sign me up. No one knew what they were doing. I was like, if someone will just give me their ambassador number, I think I can figure out your website and I'll get myself signed up. Still couldn't get signed up. August came along. I still can't get signed up. And I think to myself, why would I go to that great lengths of just patience waiting on a company that had one product that I just wanted to use to promote my other business? And so September came along, and finally I got somebody to give me their ambassador number so I could sign up. But you see, the company was going through a transition. They were introducing our current comp plan. They used to be a binary, and if you know anything about binary, that is like one of the hardest, in my personal opinion, just a really hard network marketing business to be in, because everything has to be balanced. And when it's not balanced, you only get paid on the shorter stick. You get the short stick of the deal. So they were changing out, and she called me. She said, look, get on this call. Don't tell them you're on there, because we're not supposed to have new people or guests on this call. And there was about maybe 12, 15, at max 20 people on that call. And they went over the compensation plan. I can't tell you why, but I understood it from the minute they started telling me about it. I was making notes. Furiously, I was making notes thinking, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. This is really good. Of course, they don't have any products, but this is a really good comp plan. And so I understood it. And so what they had decided to do at that time was to grandfather everyone else in the company at the senior gold ambassador level. And so I was the only person that actually had to go through all the ranks to get to where I am. And so I started by just simply becoming a silver, because you know 2 or 3 people that'll do whatever you want to do, right? And so I'm like, this is going to help us. We can do this. And so 2 or 3 people hopped on, and I had yet said anything to my Mary Kay team. In fact, I'd never shared it at all with my Mary Kay team. It just wasn't what I wanted to do. I really wanted to just go out, promote this breast kit, and I just had my Mary Kay business cards on the table, and people would pick them up. So that went on I signed up in September of 2008. In July of 2009, I got a call from the company saying that I was a lead ambassador with the company, and they wanted me to try a new product. Now, I have to tell you guys, with my other company, we had 270 products, and I was just thrilled that Plexus only had a breast check kit and a breast cream at the time. It's now called body cream because we had to be, neutral, right? We couldn't call it a breast cream anymore because we had too many guys using the product. So, and they would take the label off. It was terrible. So we had to come up with a neutral gender product. So we decided to call it body cream. So we only had those 2 products. And I thought, oh gosh, they're bringing in a 3rd product. Really? Really? I'm kind of just happy with the 2 products. But they asked me if I would try this product as the lead ambassador. And I couldn't figure out how in the world did I become a lead ambassador. Well, you see, the previous month, I had absolutely bought 4 breast check kits for family and friends. I think I sold 1. So I was automatically the lead ambassador for the company. That's what it took to be a lead ambassador at that time. So they asked me to try this product and just to report back to them what it was doing. It had no name. It came in a clear plastic jar in a white envelope packet, very fat packet, like this wide, about this wide. This was just a strange packet. And I should have kept one. I'm going to try to find one. I think I have one somewhere. But in a jar, a plastic jar with a lid. And so me, naive Sheila, maybe that's why God put me there, is because I'm just naive and I'll do whatever people ask me to do. And so they said, mix it in water and drink it once a day and report back to us. So that's what I did. Day 3, I slept all night. I was impressed. Day 10, I didn't have any snack attacks. I was more impressed. I eventually lost some weight, managed my weight, lost some inches. And when that happens, when you start looking and feeling better, and people can tell when you're just more rested, people want to know what you're doing. And I told them, I don't know. And that was so truthful. I was being very truthful. I don't know what I'm doing. It has no name. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. And they said, oh my gosh, well, as soon as you find out, let us know. And I thought, well, all right, I can do that. And so that was July. And in September, we launched Plexus Slim 2009. And it was interesting because I shared it with just a few people, the people that had been asking me about it. We actually, at that point in time, we called it something else, but now it's called Sip and See or Business Launch. But I just had some people over, and I literally had a bottle with a packet with no name and a piece of paper with ingredients on what the ingredients consisted of and how much it was. And I shook it up, poured it in Dixie cups, passed it around, and said, I just feel good on this product. And the company asked me to call them the next day and tell me how that little event went. I really didn't want to call them because, you see, there was about 10 people there, and 8 of them signed up as ambassadors, and the other 2 became customers. And I thought, well, how can I call this company and tell them it was 100%? I don't know how to do that. I don't want to do that. So I said, let me do another one. So I did another one, same thing. They either signed up or they became a customer. And I'm thinking, this is just too easy. I'm like, really? But that's how desperate people are, I think, to feel better and to have more energy and sleep better and just have better health in general. People are excited about this product. And I thought, oh my gosh, what would happen if we actually told a few more people? And so at that time, my good friend, Patty Cuevas, her husband, she said, come to my house and do it at my house. We went to her house. Her husband was listening how it could balance blood sugars. The next thing I knew, he was sneaking the product, trying it. He was getting results. And so from September to December, he had the most amazing results. And I thought, okay, I think I'm being called to do this. You know, I don't know why. From the outside looking in, I was very successful with my Mary Kay business, but it wasn't satisfying. I can't explain it. I just know that that's not where I was supposed to be after 15 years, you know, middle age. Here I am making a huge life adjustment. So I called Mary Kay December the 15th and said, you know what, I am going to resign as being a sales director, and I will just keep my status, but I'm going to resign and I'm going to retire. And they just couldn't believe it. They were like, no, don't do that. And I was like, yeah, you know, it's just the right thing to do. Forget about it. It's just the right thing to do. Called Plexus the same day. What you have to realize is we had 5 people in the office. One was the one that did payroll, one answered the phone, one was our IT person, and the other one was the CEO and the president. That's it. And they all answered the phone. You never knew who you were going to get when you called. So I called, and the executives answered the phone. I'm like, hey, get Tarl on the phone too, because I got to tell you guys something. And so it was such a small office that I literally heard, Tarl, get on the phone. Sheila's on it. She wants to tell you something. So he gets on the phone, and I said, look, I've decided to be full-time with Plexus, and I'm going to go part-time with my other business, and I'm going to be full-time with Plexus. I'm really going to work this business like it needs to be worked. And he said, you are? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh, okay, that's great. We really appreciate it. So we hung up the phone, and I immediately thought of something I needed to ask the IT guy about. So I called back, and he said, well, hello, Miss Full-Time Plexus Ambassador. I said, how do you know that? I just got off the phone. He goes, are you kidding me? We all got out in the office and did a big high five and said, we got our first one. So, you know, that's what happened. And I want to tell you guys that back in when that Plexus Slim came out in September 2009, we had the breast check kit, the body cream, and the slim. In 2009, we did $280,000 worth of business for the entire year. And I'm going to tell you guys that you can't run a company making $280,000 a year. But January of 2010 rolled around. I decided I'm going to work this business full time. So that's what I did. We started going out and sharing the product. There was less than 5 of us out there really sharing the product. And we just went out there and started sharing the product, the breast check kit. I would talk about that. Coach would talk about the slim. We thought about him talking about the breast check kit, but it just really didn't work out. I thought it'd be better if I did that part and he did the slim part. So that's what we did. And people would follow us out to our cars. And so Tarl, one day he goes, if I sent you a box, do you think people would be more excited about it so they can see what it looks like? Because at that time, it came in a clear bag with an ingredient label stuck on it. That's it. And so I was like, yes, send me some. So he sent me some. It was gone like in a day. The next day, he sent me 3 boxes. It was gone in a week. And I found myself like running all over town giving people slim, because by that time we had a small team. And so our goal was to go 1 rank at a time. And that's what I really want to talk to you guys about, is you can achieve anything you want in Plexus, but it's still, you have to go 1 rank at a time. So let me give you a little rundown on the years. In 2010, we went out and we just shared our testimonies. That's all we had. We didn't have any beautiful catalogs. We certainly were not on social media. There was nothing to be on social media with. So we didn't have that option. So we didn't have a catalog. We didn't have anything. We had 1 piece of paper that we had ran off so many times you couldn't even read it. But when I tell you we went out on a prayer and a dream, I am not telling a story, because that's all we had was our belief. Our belief was off the chain. Where our belief in what this product could do, and our whole philosophy of what if this helps people get healthy? What if we actually get financially compensated for helping people get physically healthy? I mean, we did $968,000. I'm just throwing some numbers out there, not for you to put out on Facebook. These are just the numbers that I had wrote down as the years went by. So $968,000 in 2010, our first year to actually really work the business. And you know what happened 1 year later, 2011? We went from less than $1 million to over $10,500,000. From 2010 to 2011, we came out with the cleanse,